Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Today's lesson about matrices and how to solve two simultaneous equations using like the inverse of the matrix. If we have two simultaneous equations, system of two equations, like x plus 2y equals 4 and 3x minus 5y equals 1. We have several kinds of several ways to determine the solution of this system, like how to eliminate it using the substitution way. But today we learn it how to solve this matrix, these two system equations using the Gaussian matrix. But today we're gonna use the inverse matrix to determine the system solution. We first write all the coefficients of this system in one matrix. The coefficient here is 1 for 1x, 2, 3, negative 5. So write a matrix contains all the coefficients of this system. Multiply this matrix by one matrix contains two rows and one columns, contains x and y, the two variables. We already want to find them, and make the product equals one matrix contains two rows and one column, which is contain the free terms, which are 4 and 1. If we wanna x and y, we have to rewrite this matrix in the other side. Oh my god, I have to multiply the both sides by the multiplicative inverse of the matrix A, which is 1, 2, 3, negative 5. Okay, don't forget we already wrote one matrix called A for the coefficients, one matrix called capital X for the variables x and y, one matrix there called B whatever, which is contain the free terms. And we write it as the form A into X equals B. And now our goal is to determine the value of X, which is contain the two variables x and y we want. You know, we have to multiply carefully. We have to multiply carefully the additive inverse of the matrix A in the left hand side and multiply it first position in the right hand side. You know, A negative 1 into A becomes the identity 1, 0, 0, 1, which is multiplied by the matrix X becomes the same matrix X. But there, the additive inverse of the matrix A, we have to multiply by the matrix B. Before multiplying them, we have to determine the inverse of matrix A. Let's see how. And now we already wanna to multiply this matrix by xy equals 4, 1. And we know that we have to multiply a negative 1 here and a negative 1 there. The product here becomes the identity. So we have x and y in the left hand side and the product of a negative 1 into 4, 1 in the right hand side. So your task now is to determine the inverse of this matrix. You know, the inverse of the matrix is the same matrix, the same style. 1, negative 5 becomes negative 5 and 1. And the other column becomes the same position, members with negative sign, negative 2 and negative 3. Multiplied by what? Multiplied by the product of 1 and negative 5 minus the product of 2 and 3, which is 6. So the difference becomes negative 11, we have to put here negative 1 over 11. So the inverse matrix becomes negative 1 over 11 into negative 5, negative 2, negative 3, and 1. So our task now is to multiply the inverse matrix into 4 and 1. Multiply first before distribute negative 1 over 11, please. Multiply first. How to multiply? The first row, first column. Negative 5 by 4 plus negative 4, negative 2 times 1. Second column, second row, first column. Negative 3 by 4 plus 1 by 1. So the matrix becomes negative 22 and negative 11. Multiply negative 11 by the both members. Negative 1 over 11 by negative 22 becomes 2. Negative 1 over 11 by negative 11 becomes 1. So x equals 2 and y equals 1. We have finished our work. If we have another system, okay, let's see here. First of all, if you want x and y, find the matrix coefficient 2, 4, and negative 3, 1 multiplied by x and y equals 2 and 11. And now we have to find the the multiplicative inverse of this matrix. If you wanted the multiplicative inverse of this matrix, multiply 2 by 1 minus 4 by negative 3, which is 12, becomes 40. So it becomes 1 over 40. And rewrite the position of this matrix. 2, 1 becomes 1, 2. 4 becomes negative 4. Negative 3 becomes positive 3. Try to multiply the multiplicative inverse by the second matrix for the coefficient. Row, column, 1 by 2 plus negative 4 by 11, which is negative 42. 3 by 2, 6, plus 2 by 11, 22. So it becomes 28. And now distribute 1 over 14 here, becomes negative 3. 1 over 14 minus 28 becomes 2. It means like x equals negative 3 and y equals 2, and we have finished our work. Thanks for listening. Assalamu alaikum.